Alright guys, welcome back. We got new content today. The main thing for the side quest is that this is what we're going to break it down. So number one, we have these objectives. You have to fully explore the Knight's Vault, the Rook's Vault, the Queen's Vault, and the King's Vault at threat level 5. Okay, and then it's got 4, 3, 2, and 1. But we're gonna go see how this works. And the first thing we need before we do anything else is these castling keys to get into the maze. So there are the vaults and there's the maze. And the way that we can see that is if we go to the side quest, we have the maze and we have the Rook's Vault. So we're going to get new ones each week. So for this week, if I want to go into threat level 5 of the Rook, in order to do it, you have one champion. You have to fight this Storm Pyramid X. It doesn't look too bad. And you can see there are 4. Now again, this fight might change every time. I'm not sure, but we'll take a look. But there are 4 paths here. In order to get it, you need the chess key threat level 5. So in order, we can't even do this yet. The first thing we need to do is the maze. Okay, so if we back out, the first thing we need to do is the maze in order to get the maze keys, because there are 4 of them. You need to beat a defensive tank champion with a mutant. So one option can be you go in, like for example, Mole Man we just did the other month. He is one of the defensive tanks. So if I go in here and I go and choose a mutant champion, and I go and I can do this I can do it 5 times and I can get one of them. And then there's also ways to jump into quests. Yes, or you can just have nothing work. That's fine. There we go. So you can take him out. There you go. And that is one. You need to do it 3 times 4, so you need 12 times. You can do it. I think what I was doing before, I know that if you're going to go really, really easy and you're just not paying attention at all, I think you can go back to I believe it's Act 2.1.3. And if I just throw mutants, like if I just throw Apocalypse on the team here, and I jump in, I believe I can get 3 on one path. It's some energy, okay, it's not, but Hulk is 1, Ant-Man I think is 1, and Abomination I think is 1. So you can knock out 3 on a path if you want, if you just want to. I think if you also go to, if we go to exit, let's end this. If we go to the Venom in Act 4, if we go here, 4.3.6, if we go here and we go ahead and we beat up on this Venom here as well, I believe that's like a small energy amount. And you can go ahead and let's see if we can do this one here. He's also a defensive tank, so you can take in a champion and go against Venom here if you want. You probably have to fight it, but not the end of the world. But that gives you a couple options. And then I'm going to go ahead, we're going to skip ahead. On my other account, I've already gotten all the keys, so I will jump ahead. Let's quickly finish this one off. Right, so that gives you another option, so you can do all your dual targets for the day. You can go into some quests. You can auto fight some easy paths and knock out a few at once. If you have the energy, if you want to go here and do this 12 times, you can go ahead and do that, and then you can go ahead and claim your keys. So you can see here, we've already done it twice. So I'm going to skip ahead to where I already have the keys, and we will continue. All right, welcome back. Now that I have, if I go to my inventory, I already have my 4 pawn keys for the week. So entry into the maze side quest. So now it says consumed on use, so we got to be careful there. So we want to go ahead and go into the maze. We want to only go into the highest threat level that you can, so I'm going to go into threat level 5. Now, if you preview the quest, it's at the moment the map is locked, but we can see, for example, if I want to go here, striking to defender's block or auto block causes the attacker to be inflicted with a concussion. Okay, defender has 60% chance to auto block basic attacks. The auto block counts as a well-timed block. It goes on cooldown when the defender is knocked down. Okay. And then the first attack, if anything, is stun immune. Fine. So I'm going to go ahead and load up some cosmics, and we can take out this path here, and we can get the first chest key. So let's begin this quest. Okay, and it's still locked, which is interesting. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go over to the side, and I am going to go ahead and do this quest here with you. So let's use Angela. Should be really good for this. Nothing too crazy here, but I think before we finish this, the other thing that you're going to have to be cognizant of is your Mysterium. Because if you're like me and you didn't end up spending all your Mysterium at the end of last month, there are a couple new items in the store, as well as the usual items have been refreshed, and you want to make sure that you don't go over 50,000 Mysterium. So if you look on the far right here, so this 4,250 is going to push me close to 50,000 Mysterium. So I'm going to continue just to abuse Angela here. We'll do the path here. More buffs, so we can count the auto block. Okay, easy fights here. So I think on both the maze quest and the Rook event, you are going to be getting Mysterium, and you just got to be careful that you use some Mysterium each week, or else you're going to lose it. You don't want to gain Mysterium when you're at 50,000 and have it go to waste. So if you end up having to buy some bundles that you may not want, then that's really not the end of the world. It's, in my opinion, it's just free rewards. So you can stay close to the cap if that's where you want to be. You can spend it every week as it resets. That's what I did last time. But I ended up with a bunch extra. I was a little too conservative, I would say, with my Mysterium. There are 2 bundles that get you some the 50% of either a tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic, and that's probably the best value there, in my opinion. Especially if you're free to play or you're spending very little on the game, you want to get those rank up resources. So let's go ahead here. Oops. Let's finish off. Let's get our key. Okay. Now where does this take us? Ah, see, I didn't even know that we have this Magneto boss at the end here. So what's on the Magneto boss? Power Shield, Offensive Specialty, Prowess Surge. Okay, Matador. Okay, no problem. So let's go with Gamora, someone who's not metal. So I couldn't even see. You can't even see that Magneto was there. So there you go, big specials. If you stay close enough to Magneto here, you should be able to evade it. There, I kind of took a bit of chip damage there. I used to fight Magneto a ton in Alliance War back in the day. Oops, a little too far away. There we go. Not too far there. And there we go. So not terrible, pretty easy, I guess, in the end. So that is you want to use. So there we go. We got some Mysterium. We get some extra Hail to the King shards. And now if we go back, we now have an entry into our quest. So if we go into the Rooks vault and we go into threat level 5 here. But before I do that, I don't want to go over. So let's take a quick look at the store and the Trader's Outpost. We have the same bundles that we had before. Like bundle 3, that's the one that gets you the 50% of a basic alpha there, as well as this one here, number 4. If you do not have Steve or the Summoned Symbiote, you could go ahead and get it, and you can get the rank up materials to rank him up. If you want to make sure, you also want to make sure you get your X Magica runes for the. So I'm gonna cap that out already. And then there is an option here, the pawn bundle. If you want to have, if you have extra, or you're going to go over, and you want a unique 1-star champion. If you're lacking one of these 1-stars, then maybe that's a small chance. You know, if you were an OG player and you sold 1-stars back in the day because you were getting them like candy, and now you don't get them anymore. If you, for collecting purposes, you could go ahead and do that. So now that I've reduced some of my Mysterium, so I'm not going to go over, we can go back into the side quest, go into the Rooks vault. We can go into threat level 5. We can pick a champion that is going to, let's see, if I go Shuri. Here, let's begin the quest. Okay, so now we have an option to use our key. So we can go ahead and use the key here. So Storm here, Heavy Assault, Unblockable Specials, Terminal Velocity. Okay, so again, Shuri I don't think is going to crit, so this should be okay. Or no, Shuri can crit on the, I think, after the special ones. So let's see what happens here. Big heavy attack. Watch out for that. Her heavy. Special's not too bad. Get a nice big heavy off. Probably like Guillotine 2099 is also going to be pretty good. Okay, we'll go another special 2. I'm just concerned if I go special 1, then I'm going to be critting, and I don't really want to increase her power too much because I don't want to push her to special 2. I want to keep her at special 1s. But we can just refresh those shocks, heavies. Alright, we finish with a full yellow bar, and then you have, I guess, your choices here of what you want. You have some primordial dust, you've got some 6-star relics. If you want to grab you've got some tier 6 class catalysts, and let's say if you want those 7-star shards and some Mysterium. So let's say I go here, I can go ahead and get this, and you just have to repeat the process all 4 times. And just be careful that you don't go on to the same path that you already did. You want to make sure that you complete this 100%. So every time you go down one of these paths, I'm not sure if it's going to show here on... See, it's still... so fully explore... Yeah, Kings, Rooks. So there are 4 to do, so I haven't done it yet. So what I'm going to have to do is I got to go back into the maze. I got to go ahead and do the other paths here. Now, each time you do a path, it looks like you are going to be able to get another key. Just take a look. It's again, the map is kind of stuck at the moment, so it's hard to see. Like, you know, I would take a look at the other paths here, and if I'm not sure if you can go in and do the same one because the key has refreshed here, but I might go ahead and do another path, like here, buffet over time and breakthrough. So maybe I'll just grab, you know, champions that don't have any buffs, and I can go ahead and do that one. And then we have this one on the left here, critical eye. So you don't want to, whenever the attacker crits on the defender gains unblockable. So again, someone who doesn't crit. But at the same time, the defender takes 30% more damage from critical hits, but takes 90% less from all sources that are not critical. So you want to crit, but then make sure that those are champions are not too bad unblockable. Here, feats of vigilance, evasive maneuvers. Okay, wonderful. So nothing too crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and try and do some of these other... I'm going to go ahead and rerun this 3 more times, and then go ahead into the Rook 3 more times, and then I'll come back at the end and show you how it all played out. By the way, when I go into the path itself, the key that I did get in the bottom right appears to be gone. So it does not appear to be there, so I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go to the right, and I am going to go ahead and get the key there. So I just want to make sure that you're aware that that key and the Mysterium have disappeared from the path that I did, and now I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go grab the guys, welcome back. Another quick point that I want to point out for the maze is that there are like 8 paths, or there's like extra paths on here, but again, when you do the preview, you see the keys that are on the right hand side. Those are going to disappear when I join the quest. I also noticed that you can only use in this tech Cosmic, Mystic, or Science. So basically, you have Cosmic for the bottom, Science for the top. You can use Mystics on the bottom, and probably maybe text or whatever it is. You can use a mixture of whatever you want, but you're limited on your pool for this. Also, when I went in it for a second time, it was Magneto House of X as the boss. So it's Magneto, I think, or Magneto House of X. And you can see if I begin this quest for the third time, if you look on the right hand side, those keys are gone. And you can't really see the keys on the other side. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, and I'm going to make sure that I go to the left here. And now you can see the two keys that are on the left. That is what you want. So in theory, you could go top and make your way to the bottom, and you could go to the bottom and make your way up to the top. But I suggest just, keep it simple. Go down to the one on the bottom left, go up to the right to the one on the top right, top left, and bottom left. Keep it simple. All right, and again, as you're picking up your Mysterium from these, make sure you are using some Mysterium so you don't go into overflow. So I'll continue to do this, and we'll see the rewards at the end. All right, I've now used up my entries. I'm going to go finish off the last of the paths here to make sure that I finish 100%. I used Guillotine 2099. She worked a lot faster than Cersei. With the power control was really nice there for the Storm Pyramid X fight. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. That should give me 100%. Oh, 94%. I know what they want me to do. So you go in. Okay, here you go. You got to go backwards here. Do that last 6% or whatever. There we go. So you got to go in one more time. Now you're at 100%. And now if I go to my rewards, it should. So it says here. So I've done that for the queen for threat level 5. Now, if I go to all my inventories, I do not have any extra keys. Okay, so you can only, as much as it's thrown in all these other items in here, you can pretty much ignore threat levels 1, 2, 3, 4 at the moment. You are only going to get your rewards here, so you can choose your title here at the end, and you can get your 6-star awakening gem. So that is what you have to do. You have to do the objectives for the week to get the keys. You go into the maze 4 times, 4 different paths, grab the 4 different keys. Then you can go into the Rooks side quest, use the 4 keys in the Rooks side quest, and you can go ahead and do that here. I believe if we go into threat level 4, if I go into preview here, I do not have any of these keys because I do not have them. So you cannot gain any more. You can only do the highest threat level that you have, and that is what you'll do every week. So every week you'll do number 1, the objectives, number 2, the maze, number 3, the Rook, the side quest, the vault. So it'll be the Rook, and then it'll be the Queen, or the Knight, the Rook, the Queen, and the King. So you'll do those vaults, and that is the side quest. So you can pretty much get it done in one day and wait until the next week. Or you can do a little bit every day if you want to spread it out. I hope that breaks it down for you. Again, the main thing is you're going to be getting Mysterium. Make sure that, like, for example, I'm close to 50,000 Mysterium again. So if I go into the store before next week, when the store, either when the store resets, or I think I'm going to pick up these 2, for example, over here. Excuse me. And I'm going to grab a little bit of both of these. And now I'm kind of set up. So now I'm at like 38,000. I have to be careful when I start doing next week's events that I keep an eye on my Mysterium. And when these reset, that's when everything else will reset, and I can grab those again, and I can keep doing the same rotation over and over again. So this is week 1 in its entirety, and it's not too bad. So hopefully that helps, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.